few, because I know we're speaking in a bit as well. Have you got some team news you can share with us?
No, nothing new other than obviously the same squad available.
And what's the latest prognosis with Harvey? Is he any closer?
No, it's slight setback with Harvey. So he's just gone in to have a second, obviously only a minor operation just to clear up some of the damage in his knee. So it'll probably rule him out, I would say, for the rest of the season. But the plan is really to get him through this second little operation and then be back for pre-season and fit and ready for next season.
So that would rule out any chances he had of the Euros as well?
Yeah, I would think so. It's a shame because he's been absolutely outstanding this season for us. And of course, we'd hoped that he could be back to play some part, but it's not to be. The most important thing now is to get his knee right and get him ready for next season.
There'll be lots of chat this week about your last visit to St Mary's. Obviously not from yourself and within the squad, but externally there will be. I mean, what are your memories of that night? It was just one of those freak nights that doesn't happen very often in football. Clearly,
no, because we set a record that evening. But yeah, played very well, managed the game well when they went down to 10 men. We could have scored more goals. We had a period of 20-odd minutes where we didn't score. But overall, it was a really good demonstration against 10 men and obviously a memorable night because the weather was awful. But it's passed and a long time passed. We've had a few really good games, tough games against Southampton, and that result will have no bearing on the game at all.
And you know what management is like, and you know how quickly the vultures can circle when things are going wrong. That night, did you have a bit of sympathy for Ralph, or could you not allow yourself to have those thoughts in this game?
Yeah, no, I do. I have always empathy with managers when you're in this situation and under the pressure that we're under. Then, of course, you always do. You have that empathy. I sent him a message after it, but I think the response after that showed that. How good a manager he is and how well they did after that. So yeah, they showed a real resilience. They have quality players and they came back very well after that.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Okay, let's go to Naz Jim from PLP.
Hi, Brendan, you okay?
Hi, Naz.
Brendan, how pleased are you with the resilience your team showed against Palace, going behind and to come back and win in the manner you did? And in the last few games, you've had really different performances, haven't you? With the West Brom game, you were in a good position. In that game, you were behind. There's a lot of adaptability within your squad, isn't there? And to win in sort of any circumstance, really.
Yeah, I think you need that. If you want to be competitive and if you want to be a top team, being able to win in different ways. I think everyone who's played against Crystal Palace knows, especially if you go behind, how tough it is. They get very talented players. They're defensively very, very well organised. So you have to really work to get a result. So to come from 1-0 down and play the way we did in the second half, score the 2 goals the way we did and then manage the game, I was so happy for the players, and like you say, winning in different ways, different types of moments you have to deal with in games, and really pleased with how calm we were and just that patience we showed in the game, which was important.
The schedule's been pretty hectic. I think with this game coming up, it's going to be potentially 4 in 13 days. And that's a testament to the strength and the resilience of your squad as well, isn't it, in terms of handling that?
Yeah. But if you want to be successful and you want to succeed, you're going to play lots of games, and especially at this time of the season where they're so close together. But yeah, the players, they're always game ready. They look after themselves and they're always ready to give their heart and soul into the game. And that'll be the same idea for Friday.
Everyone's talking about Kelechi Iheanacho, Brendan. We spoke after the West Brom game about him. He's in excellent form. Obviously, Is it helping having Jamie up there with him in a pair, as opposed to, the other system you used to play where you'd have one up front? Having Jamie there has helped him immeasurably, hasn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. The two together, their strengths complement each other. Both of them can threaten him behind, but they have a nice little synchronized way in which they've been playing, and obviously, of course, collectively as a team, the team have really benefited from it. So yeah, Jamie maybe hasn't scored the goals so much, but his movement has created a lot of space. His intensity, his work rate, everything has really helped Kells, and obviously from Kells himself, he's my only worry with him is that he's running out of celebrations. He needs to keep looking at the numbers of celebrations that he has left. So hopefully he can keep scoring and keep celebrating.
It is a terrific run, Brendan, and you've spoken about him previously. And is it a real testament to you and your coaching team that he's listening to all of the advice you're giving him? Because I remember you said he's still got many areas where he needs to improve and many areas where he needs to maybe learn a few more things. But, surely it's a great credit and a great testament to you and your coaching team, the form that he's showing right now.
Yeah, I think firstly to him, he's a very talented boy, but also his mentality is to work hard every single day. And it's so nice to see a young player get his rewards, because I remember coming into here and he wasn't playing so much, and there's no question there was doubts around whether he could come in and play at the level consistently. And I think that was just due more to he hadn't been playing regular. And even with myself, he hadn't been playing so much because of the system that we played. But he was always very competent, and he was always a player that could come in and affect the game, and he showed that. And then when he did play with Jamie, both of those guys up front, they really worked well together. So it was never going to be about his ability. It was just about, one, would he get the opportunity, and would he have that resilience and mentality to keep fighting until he did get it. And clearly he has all of those traits. And it's so nice to see, because we all love him here. He's a great guy. He comes in with a smile every single morning. He loves his football. And you see now with a consistent run of games, the qualities that he has, the finishing ability, how courageous he is. And we're just so happy for him. So he wants to continue to get better. The coaches have been brilliant with him. He does a lot of finishing exercises with them. They do extra work with him, and he's a guy that's he's playing at a high level.
Just a couple more from me. You're 7 points clear of fifth. You're in a good place. Have you a number in mind in terms of getting you to where you want to be and securing the top four? Is it just a case of, let's just tick each game off and win as many as we can?
Yeah. Well, we got 5 games to go. What we're looking up, I think that's what's important. I think that's last 5 games in the league are going to be really exciting for us. We're 5 points behind Manchester United. We still have them to play. So our focus is very much in looking up in the league and playing with the identity that we've created, and knowing that anything is possible for us. So that's our ambition for the season, to continually look forward, look up in the league, and can we finish as high as we can.
And just finally, I just wanted to mention the Leicester City women. I think they're playing at the King Power at the weekend. After that game, they'll lift the championship. Great success for them, great for the club. And again, it's just the whole package at the moment. Leicester City as a football club, whether it's your side or the women's side, are in a good place, aren't they?
Yeah. Listen, Leicester as a county is a wonderful county for sport. If you think of the rugby team, you think of the football team and the cricket team and everything else. So Leicestershire, as I said, is a very talented county. Of course, from the football perspective, we're having a really good season and hopefully finish it off strong. And for Jonathan and these players and staff, they've had a brilliant season. They've won their league. As you said, they get that reward. They're playing in the stadium, which will be great for them. they pick up the trophy and hopefully they can celebrate. So that'll be a great day for them, and I'm really happy.
Brilliant. Thank you, Brendan. Best of luck at the weekend.
Thanks, Naz. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to James Cylinder from TalkSport, please.
Thanks. Brendan, you've already matched the tally from last season in terms of points after that win against Crystal Palace. Knockout stages, the Europa League, and still an FA Cup final to look forward to as well. How do you reflect on what you've already achieved this season?
Yeah, well, up until this point, it's been really good, James. But it's not the time to soften up. I think we come off the back of a really, really good win. Puts us, like you say, level with points of last season. But our ambition is to finish as high as we can and finish the season with the trophy. So that's our focus. We've got real good energy in the team. The mentality of the team is really strong. And as I said earlier, it's when you have a group of players that give their heart and soul to the game, that of course always makes you really, really proud and really happy to work with that level of player. So yeah, we want to give it everything we can, and like I say, we've got Manchester United ahead of us, 5 points. So our idea is to try and catch them if we possibly can.
Naturally, Kelechi's he's getting so many of the plaudits at the moment because of his goals, but who are the unsung heroes that you'd like to give a bit of praise to, those that are supporting him and helping get these results?
Well, it's the team. I think if you look at his teammates, in order for him to be the best that he can be for every other player, you need your teammates to be training at a high level. Training is so important. And for him to be his best every single day, he needs his centre halves to be aggressive and focused in training. So collectively, of course, his teammates are helping him train at a high level. So when he comes in, he's game ready and performing. And then now what you see is a player who is and has a great training mentality, played with a real high level of confidence and shown that he can score every type of goal that you can think of. So that's brilliant to see. The coaching staff, absolutely, I've got amazing coaches here that work diligently and prepare the players to a really high level into the ideas and how we want to work. And he gets individual training, coaching within that to work on his finishing. So yeah, he's a very talented player who is clearly playing well, and we hope that can continue.
This weekend, we've got the social media boycott. How pleased are you that everybody, it seems, in football is coming together for this? And what impact do you think that can have?
Well, hopefully it leads to more happiness in people's lives. I'm clearly not on social media, and I'm very thankful that I was brought up in an era where I didn't need it and didn't need validation for what I wear or how I work on a daily basis. But I think, of course, there's a serious side to it where people's lives can be affected, and I think hopefully this show of strength by people coming together like this in sport and football and in life, hopefully it shows that it is something that we can't stand for. We don't need it, and it's great that people can come together and enforce this here, and hopefully we can benefit from it.
And just finally from me, Brendan, I know you're not on social media, but how do you feel about the growing influence that social media does have in football? Is it something that you have to embrace, or is it something which you think can be a distraction as well?
No, I think it's there. It's part of our life. I don't say that everything is wrong on social media. I'm as I said, I can't really give you a real detailed answer on it. I only visually see some things, and I see funny things and all that side of it, which is quite good. But where I read and hear about abuse and that type of behaviour, then of course that's not acceptable, and there needs to be accountability for that, and it's not to blame anyone, but it's responsibility. there needs to be an accountability and a responsibility for anyone who has that type of behaviour in social media. So yeah, there's many sections of it which is really positive, and we're in a world now where society is changing and constantly changing, and technology now is so important. But we also have to protect people as well, and especially the vulnerable.
Thanks, Brendan. Good luck on Friday.
Thanks, James. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to BBC Radio Leicester and Ian Stringer. Ian, you with us?
Yeah. Hello, Brendan. It's Ian. Can you hear me?
Hi, Ian. Yes. Yeah.
Apologies for the technical problem. I'm at home. It's delightful, isn't it? What an image. On the injury situation, I wonder how far away is Wes Morgan?
Yeah, he's touch and go whether he'll be involved this season. Ian, he's obviously had an amazing career. He's obviously struggling a little bit with his back at the moment, so he's working very hard behind the scenes with the medical team and the sports science team and his rehabilitation. So yeah, but we just have to monitor that on a day-by-day basis. Thankfully, he's out on the pitch. He's getting some work in, multi-directional work, but it's a day-by-day assessment of Wes and where he's at.
With that in mind, is he going to get another playing contract? Might we have seen Wes Morgan play his last game for the club?
Well, I think that's something between now and the end of the season we'll speak about. And if there is any announcement on the likes of that, Ian, that'll be done through the club and through Wes. But all I know is when I came into here, I seen him and still is a real pivotal player for me and person, and been a wonderful captain here. Obviously, not playing as much, and in particular this year, not as much as we would have liked, but he's still a really influential player. And we'll see in these closing weeks what that looks like going forward for his future.
Yeah, I guess pretty needed as well at times like this as well, Brendan. As you say, 5 games in the Premier League, of course, still in the cup competition. It's those experienced heads, I'd imagine, a cool head that even though he's not lacing his boots up on a match day, your club captain, Wes Morgan, will still be of use at times like this, I'd imagine. Yeah,
there's no doubt. I think all the senior players have been absolutely brilliant from the first day I walked in here. They've all, thankfully, they're all very hungry players. You know, a lot of my experienced players, they're guys that are still, fiercely competitive, very ambitious, want to do well. And whereas along with all the other boys have really shown that in my time here. So, but I think you've seen the team evolve. You've seen the development of them and mentally how they're all improving, the young players and the senior players. And that always bodes well for us.
I think Southampton won 2 in 16, I beg your pardon, Brendan, in the Premier League. And of course, early on in the season, they showed tremendous form and looked really strong. I wonder what changes you've seen in Ralph's side and in Southampton in the last, kind of dozen or so Premier League games.
No, I think that it's a mixture of they've missed some really important players. I'm sure Ralph is looking towards next season and thinking if he can improve the depth of his team. I think they've shown that when they're all fit, and okay, they might have been playing 1 game a week, but they're a team that play with a really good intensity. They put you under pressure. They're all in when they play the game, and I think along the way as well they've been unfortunate. They've lost out with the odd goal in a number of games, but they'll always provide you with a really stern examination because they work so hard. They've got gifted players. So we know on Friday we have to work really hard in the game, and hopefully we can do that. We can get the right result with our talent.
I spoke to you after the game in the week and asked about looking up, and you've repeated it now regarding Manchester United. But I wonder, the mechanics around the Champions League qualification places, Brendan, there's still a chance that 4th won't be if European results go one way or the other. I wonder, are you briefing your players that you need to finish third and to guarantee that Champions League place, fourth might not be enough? Is that the directive to the players?
No, I haven't mentioned it at all, to be honest. Just prepare for each game, finish as high as we can. And like I said, we cannot control what all the other teams bring to the game, Ian. We can only look at ourselves. And for us, it's to finish as high up that league as we possibly can. And once you do that, and wherever you'll finish, if that isn't enough for you, then it's unfortunate. But I don't need to magnify or put any more pressure on the players than what is already there. We just want to finish as well as we can and bring our best game into every game, and let's see where it takes us.
And finally, from me, you've spoken a little bit about Kelechi Iheanacho's form, which is incredible to see the form he's in and the confidence that's clearly oozing out of him as a player. With his form being as it is, has that changed your summer recruitment plans at all, or do they remain as they were before his form improved as it has?
Yeah, no, it remains the same. Either way, we will want to strengthen next season. I think that's very important for us. I think we've seen development in players, but yeah, each season you want to strengthen your squad. So for me, there's no change. It's just a great bonus when you have someone of that level playing to the level that he has and really showing the qualities that he has. So that, of course, makes me really happy. But we can't just rely only on that. We have to strengthen the squad, and if we can do that as a club, then that'll be great.
Thank you, Brendan. Good luck Friday.
Thanks, Ian. Thank you.
Great, thanks everybody. We'll stop the broadcast section there. So thank you.